to Great Episodes in Gibbs History, presented by Gibbs Farm, a program of the Ramsey County Historical Society. My name is Sammy, and today we'll be venturing with Ida and Lillie on a once-in-a-lifetime adventure to Chicago. Grab your tickets because we're taking the train! Ida and Lillie were the eldest and youngest of the Gibbs children respectively. Even though there was an age gap of 13 years, we know that they, as well as their sister Abby, were close as they exchanged letters and visits throughout their adult life. As far as we can tell, their brother Frank, however, seems to have preferred to be out and about and was not as interested in sharing day-to-day tidbits, gossip, and feelings. I am told that this is a common observation often made about people who are brothers. Ida was very independent throughout her life and seemed interested in traveling. Lillie had a taste for the finer things in life, so they seemed well-suited companions to travel to the Chicago World's Fair. Both were unmarried ladies at a time when single women generally did not travel alone. However, both were well-educated and accustomed to attending concerts and lectures. The event was properly titled the World's Columbian Exposition and was intended to commemorate the 400th anniversary of Columbus's landfall in the so-called New World. The first World's Fair was the Crystal Palace Exhibition of 1851 in London, and it was a huge success, so the United States wanted to try and replicate the event with a World's Fair in Philadelphia in 1876, but it was kind of a flop because it ended up losing money. The 1893 event in Chicago was the second and far more successful attempt. The exposition was spread out over almost 700 acres, and a massive temporary city of building was constructed with neoclassical-inspired facades of white plaster. This led to the fairgrounds being nicknamed the White City. There were buildings dedicated to railroads, machinery, agriculture, and art. President Grover Cleveland also made an appearance at the opening of the event. At night, the buildings were lit by electric lights and a dazzling display, the first of its kind in the U.S. Another notable debut at the fair was G.W.G. Ferris's Ferris wheel. What we know specifically about Ida and Lillie's trip comes from a letter Lillie sent home to their sister Abby. Karen Dosh, a descendant of Lillie's, actually wrote an article about the adventure in a 1990 issue of the Ramsey County History magazine. We will link it in the description below if you want to check it out. Lillie recounts their arrival on June 6th, saying, "We are safe in our room at last. We have just arrived and are oh so tired." The next day, Lillie's postcard read, "We started to the fair at 8:30 this morning. It does not open till 9 a.m. We first went to the Minnesota building, then went on to the women's building, saw so much to interest us that we did not get out of it till noon." The exposition boasted a board of lady managers, and they were allotted a whole building. Yes, out of the almost 700 acres, they got one building. The lady managers insisted a woman architect would design the structure. An Italian Renaissance-inspired proposal by Sophia Hayden, a graduate of MIT, was selected. Unfortunately, no one made Hayden's job easy, and because of last-minute changes, numerous requests to incorporate new elements, and a moving deadline, her vision was not fully executed and received mixed reviews from architectural critics. Lillie adds that they visited the Fishery Building, the Manufacturers Building, and the Horticultural Building, where Lillie reported that they saw more flowers and fruit than we will see the rest of our lives. In a later letter, Lillie recounted that they stayed till after dark tonight to see the fountains. She said, "The grounds look like fairyland in the evening, and there's music in some direction all day and concerts around the electric fountain in the evening." Before we leave the World's Fair, it's important to note that today we look back and are aware of many issues associated with the Chicago World's Fair, including the exploitation and exclusion of people of color. You can learn more about these by looking at the resources in the description box below. At the time, most of these exhibits displayed things that had never been seen by average Midwesterners outside of a book or newspaper. The sheer number of people, diversity, and ingenuity on display must have seemed extraordinary to visitors like Ida and Lillie. That concludes today's great episode. Thanks for joining us, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss a future installment of Great Episodes in Gibbs History.